The Taliban continues to advance in Afghanistan. In the latest, it has captured a provincial capital near Kabul. According to reports, the strategic city of Ghazni has fallen to the terror group. This means that the Taliban is only 3 hours away from the Afghan capital. Ghazni has now become the 10th provincial capital to fall to the Taliban in the span of 7 days. It is only 150 kilometers away from Kabul. Heavy clashes are underway close to the provincial governor's house in Ghazni. According to reports, the Taliban has captured the police headquarters in the city. The terror group has been making rapid advances in Afghanistan. It has also captured the airport and military bases in Kunduz. The terrorists face little resistance from the Afghan troops who surrendered en masse. Just yesterday, it captured Faizabad. Prominent provincial capitals such as Kunduz, Taloqan and Zaranj are among the cities which are being controlled by the Taliban. The terror group now controls more than 2/3 of Afghanistan. The Afghan forces are struggling to retaliate against the Taliban. Differences between the Afghan army and the Ashraf Ghani government are clearly visible. A sense of urgency is sweeping across Kabul. In fact, the Afghan army chief has now been replaced amid the Taliban offensive. Habibullah Ali Zai has replaced Wali Muhammad Ahmad Zai as the new chief of the army staff. Ahmad Zai, who served as the army chief for only a few months, faced heavy criticism as the Afghan forces struggled on the battlefield. Meanwhile, the Pentagon has maintained that while the security situation in Afghanistan is deteriorating, the fall of Kabul is not inevitable.
No potential outcome has to be inevitable, including the fall of Kabul, which everybody seems to be reporting about. It doesn't have to be that way. And I think it's going to be, it really depends on the kind of political and military leadership that the Afghans can muster to turn this around. They have the capability, they have the capacity, and now it's really time to use those things.
The US has made it clear that it will not provide military aid to the Afghan forces, saying that he does not regret, that President Biden said that he does not regret the Afghan pullout and said that Afghan leaders must come together and fight for themselves. However, opposing what the Pentagon is saying, a US official has now warned that Kabul can fall to the Taliban in 90 days. The US has almost completed withdrawal from the country. Our correspondent Anas Malik has been reporting for us from the heart of the conflict. He now joins us live from Kabul. Anas, thanks for joining us. What are the latest updates that you can give us from the ground?
Well, the latest is that there is an offensive that is ongoing in different parts of the country on the parts of the Taliban. We've seen them staking claim in Ghazni today, and that takes their tally at 10. In the past 24 hours, the government has claimed of killing more than 300 plus Taliban fighters. This is what the government has claimed, but the claim has been rebutted by the Afghan Taliban. Additionally, if I talk to you, there is a renewed offensive that has been launched in Kandahar. In order to take over the city, because remember, in Kandahar the way Afghan forces had been fighting was remarkable, and they had pushed back the Taliban to a greater extent. Late last night we saw a claim coming in from the Taliban that has now been independently verified that in Lashkargah more than 90% of the area is under control of the Taliban. This has been confirmed by sources on ground. There is a small group of policemen who had taken refuge in the governor house of Lashkargah, that is the capital of Helmand province down south, and they are awaiting reinforcements. The Afghan government has offered the Taliban to a power sharing formula or a power sharing deal in Doha, given to understand that only if they stop their offensive. So the latest is that the Taliban are continuing with their offensive. The Afghan government, with the help of militias, is trying to push them back, and there have been claims, there have been counter claims as well. Yes, Priyanka.
Right, Anas, that brings me to my next question, since you mentioned an offer by the Afghan government of a power-sharing deal. Now, how serious and tangible can this offer be for the Taliban, and what are your sources saying?
Well, at this point of time, the Taliban don't seem convinced to talk to the Afghan government that is in presence of President Ashraf Ghani. They claim, or they are rather adamant, that President Ashraf Ghani has to step down in order for any meaningful dialogue, and that has been conveyed to the negotiating team in Doha as well. This is what sources from the Taliban are confirming to me. On the other hand, President Ashraf Ghani says that he would not be stepping down. He says that he has been elected by the people, therefore he would not be stepping down. The Taliban has upped their ante. They have upped their offensive in the past 7 days. Today is the 7th consecutive day, and they have been overrunning provinces just 150 kilometers east from where I am standing in Kabul. Today they've made their major gain of the province of Ghazni. So the Taliban say the Taliban believe that when they can overrun things by force, by the use of force, then what is the point of negotiations? And that is a cause of concern. Today there is an extended there is a regional powers meeting that has Pakistan, Russia, China, US, UN, Turkmenistan, Tajikistan and India as well, that is ongoing in Doha, along with the Afghan stakeholders. But the focus there would be power sharing and reduction in violence. The Taliban currently don't seem in the mood to reduce violence, and they believe, and rather they claim that they have upped their ante primarily because of the US airstrikes that have been supporting the Afghan forces in order to repulse the Afghan Taliban's offensives. Right. Yes, Priyanka.
Anas, thank you for all those updates. We'll come back to you for more. WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.